Hey y'all, I have this rigged up kind of weird, so if you hear a big crash, it's because it didn't stay propped up right. But anyway, I was just taking some pictures of my truck and my cats and everything, and I was getting ready to move it to my computer because that's what I do like every couple of days so that I can keep my storage on my phone pretty freed up. And I thought, well, let me just show everyone, just in case they don't have a system, you might want to adopt mine. So for starters, what I do with my phone is I always keep my wireless storage, I always keep it on right there. I never shut it because it doesn't seem to take up too much battery, and then it's always ready to go. So what I would do is, like, say I'm, snapping a couple of pictures of my cats or whatever, or videos, because they really take up some storage. Especially with, HD. And what I'll do is say they're nice enough that, they're like, the videos are good, but they're not perfect, and I don't want to send them up to my Dropbox or, but I don't want to delete them either. I think that the perfect thing to do if you have a regular computer is just, keep a folder and just transfer them periodically. I do mine every couple of days. So I'm going to show y'all what I do. Now, you'll know about the wireless storage over here. I don't know if you could see. You would type in whatever address it tells you. Like, for instance, as soon as you click wireless storage, you're going to see, right, where's my finger? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, right there, you're going to see it gives you a IP address or whatever. And for that, you don't go to your internet bar, you go to your Windows Explorer. And the way that you get there is you just go all programs, accessories, and then Windows Explorer. And then you can just copy that. I keep a note on my desktop all the time, so it's always there if I need to get into it. But I don't do that anymore. That's what I used to do if I don't want an ugly note on my desktop. So that's how I used to do it. And then you would just go here to Windows Explorer, and you would, well, let me show you that way, just in case y'all want to do it that way. So you hit copy, and then you just hit paste. Goodness gracious, come on now. You just hit paste, and then enter, and you're going to see right there is my G2 folder. But I don't get into it that way anymore. What I do is I've mapped a network drive, which I'm not really that great in computers, but it was pretty easy. I just went into help and support, and I typed in map network drive, and it automatically assigned the letter Z to it, and I was able to just browse and find the folder that I wanted mapped permanently. So in this case, I mapped my DCIM folder on my phone because that's where most of my storage is, and that's where I'm going to constantly want to be in and out of. And so what it will do is every time I decide to, oh, let me go get some pictures out of there that I just took, it'll bring me right into this folder. I'll double click it. Now, mine's opening up to today's date, but sometimes it'll open up to the earliest. You would just one click, and then they're all sorted by date if you click on that column. And then what you can do, of course, if you want everything transferred, you just can check that. If you have that box showing in Windows 7, you would just go to folder options over here, and you would type under view, you would type somewhere at the bottom, use check boxes. So when that right there is checked, then you can just select everything with this. If that's not checked, you're not going to see little check marks here. No big deal. But anyway, so what you could do if you wanted to move everything, you would just do one check, and that's going to select everything. And then you would right click, say okay, and you would put cut. And then you would go over to the folder on your computer that keeps all your stuff. Mine's called LGG2 right here. And you could just, it's easier if everything's in list form, and you could just go ahead and hit paste. Now mine's going to say it already exists because, well, I guess not. I guess I hadn't copied them before. But anyway, and then this folder becomes like an intermediate folder that will sometimes, if you just are like, oh, I know I took that picture, but where is it? And you didn't want to put it in the trash, but you didn't want it clogging up storage on your phone. This is a way to, kind of manage your storage and kind of be a little better organized, because you can, within that G2 folder, This could be like LGG2 excess, let's say. And then within that folder, you can make another folder that's, you know, car pictures or cat pictures or whatever. What I do with mine is I'm using Dropbox, and every time I take a picture that really came out good, I just send it right then and there up to Dropbox. That way I never have to worry, where is it? Am I going to save it, lose it, whatever. But sometimes you don't want to use Dropbox because the picture isn't really good enough, but you don't want to delete it. So this is kind of a solution for people that are in that spot. Anyway, and oh, by the way, I know some people are going to be like, I am not going through all that. I'm just going to get me a phone that has 64 gigabytes of storage. But let me tell you, that's not that much either. And if you don't get some kind of solution that's going to help you in between, you're going to quickly run out of space, because these HD videos, they take up some room. So I like using my computer for that, because if you can see, I've got tons of storage, and this is like a 3 years old, this computer, but I constantly, you know, I just constantly clean out my junk folder. I call the folder random. And every couple of months I'll just look and I'll be like, oh, I don't need that. So I just trash it. But, you know, far be it from me to tell y'all how you want to manage your stuff, but this is just, you know, a suggestion, and I hope it helps. And if you have any questions at all, you know I have no life, so I'll be happy to answer any questions. Just leave them in the comments. Okay, y'all. Have a nice night. Bye.